So, what makes you different from others who are doing similar work? Well, I found that the answer to that question is actually hiding in plain sight because our talents, in other words, those things that come so naturally to us that we don't even think are talents, that other people struggle with, those things are actually visible in the shape and the contours of our face, our body, and our limbs. And I discovered this through a body of work called the Creator Types, which was invented by Ahara Kent. And in this body-based, nature-based profiling system, so there are 12 different creator types, and we each end up with 4 main types. And so, for example, one of my types is called the River Creator. And this is to do with the contours and shapes and whatnot of my body. And if we think about the nature of a river, then we can think in terms of a river streamlines and simplifies and finds shortcuts. And this has been so interesting because as I learnt about this, I was able to bring it in more to my messaging and into my offers as well. So I want to bring you in on a conversation that I had with Ahara about value proposition. So enjoy this conversation. When this was like presented to me, it just became so obvious because it's natural to me, so I don't even think anything of it. You know, it's not like I was putting that forward as my unique value proposition. But once I realized it, then I started seeing how people had been saying it to me, that they love how I simplify and things like that. And then I started to really own it. I started to actually start to refer to myself as a simplifier. And then people would echo that back to me. They'll be like, Dani, you're a simplifier. I'm not, basically that's why I'm here. And so this is the really interesting thing when you can really highlight what you have that's different to your people, because there's so much value in highlighting what you have the same, right? So for me, I can say, well, I'm highly sensitive, you're highly sensitive. I'm this, you're that, so we can have all these things in common, which builds like rapport and like feelings of trust and things. But these other things that people don't have, that's why they're coming to you, So I find this so interesting. It's something that we can really bring into our messaging and all things like that. Over to you, Ahara. What do you got to say about what I'm saying?
Oh, I could say so much. Let's start with you, though, because you, Dani, have a very streamlined body. And so your nature is to streamline and to simplify. And that comes from the River Creator. So your body is streamlined just like the way a river smooths out the rocks into pebbles. It smooths out the landscape. And it also creates shortcuts. So the value of a river is to find the path of least resistance. And you do that beautifully with your work. So you actually create shortcuts for people so they don't have to find the easiest way. You've already done it. A river's already down at the end of the stream while we're back upstream going, how am I going to get down there? What's the easiest way? Follow the river. The river's already done it. And so that is you all over.
So when you say, I forget the term you use, but the smooth, I think is the term you used, because
streamline and smooth.
I remember you highlighting from the photos that I'd taken as part of doing this work. And it's how do you explain it? It's like this, it's the roundness of the limbs or like how would you
it's
describe it for people who haven't seen it?
It's a really good question. It's kind of like contouring. So by a contrast, someone who has a really sinewy body, very muscular and chiseled, right? Their body's chiseled, so you can see really strong muscle definition, for one. That would be the opposite of what I mean by a streamlined body. A streamlined body is very much like a swimmer's body. So think of the swimmers in the Olympics with their leotards on, and their shoulders are curved. You know, they're not like really chunky or chiseled muscles. They're smooth, they're streamlined. So that's what makes them do the slipstream through the water so beautifully. Yeah.
The reason why we're bringing this up is for each person, there is something that they can find out about what they have to offer, what they can highlight, what might be hiding for them because it's so obvious.
Yes, I love what you said at the start.
Yeah.
Your personal value proposition is hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
So the first thing that people see, especially if you're a sole business owner, is you, your face, your body, and how you express what you have. So they connect with that before they connect with your business in most cases, especially online. So that's why the personal value proposition matters. And people unconsciously read bodies all the time, even if they're trained in doing that or not. Because we are just expressions of nature and we can connect with that. So people are doing that with you, which is why you're getting that feedback. You simplify everything, Dani.
Yeah.
And that's what they love about you.
What's an example from your creator types profile that speaks to your value proposition?
That's a really good question. To give a bit of contrast, I am a lava creator, so that is one of my creator types. And a lava creator is someone who creates through revolution. So it's the lava pushing up through the old structured earth, you know, that we've all walked on, and creating a new structure, new terrain, new landscape. So they're naturally rebels. They have to break the old to create the new. So everything I do in my work has to be revolutionary because that is my nature, and that's what is just easy for me to do. And so when people come into contact with me and my work, they go, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this before. That's what you want. That's the response you want from a lava creator. It has to be something completely groundbreaking. And
what is what is the physical sign that you might be a lava creator in your body? So
physically, lava creators have typically an hourglass shape, pinched waist, which is the mouth of the volcano, and strong thighs and hips. So that's the drive to push upwards, and then it's pushing up through the bottleneck to create the new. So that's typically, especially in women, it's more pronounced than men. So there's a few nuances in male bodies, but that is a classic lava body.
Yeah, amazing. I hope you enjoyed this conversation that I had with Ahara. And if you are now thinking, well, how do I find out my creator types? Then have a look at the link below either the podcast or this video, which will take you to Discoverability by Design. It's a program of mine that Ahara is part of, and she will be showing you how to identify your creator types. So thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, bye for now.